Welcome to Sipping Off the Cuff. This is a special Sipping Off the Cuff. Normally you see me and you see my partner Alex in Southern California, and we do these tastings periodically once a month. But we have two special tequila, well, one tequila and one mezcal. But before we get into that, I want to introduce Lisa Peach.
Hi.
Lisa's our COO of Tequila Aficionado Media and tequilaaficionado.com. Single-handedly responsible for our popularity.
No, I don't know about that.
Yeah, well, she volunteered this evening to help us with two tastings tonight. One of them being Gracias a Dios Mezcal. This is the Reposado.
Espadin.
And we decided we're gonna test her palate. I know her palate personally. I'm sure she's gonna do fine. But we're also gonna taste tonight Milagro Añejo. This is the core line of Milagro. Check it out. A lot of people have talked a lot about this tequila. I think for our purposes, we should probably start with the mezcal first. I think that's what we're going to do this evening is talk mezcal. Now, with mezcal, hang on to that, Lisa, if you don't mind. With mezcal doesn't have its own glassware like tequila does. This is an actual tequila glass. It's the Riedel Overture tequila glass. And you may, if you're following us on Tequila Aficionado or YouTube, you know that Alex and I have been talking about better glassware and
appropriate glassware.
Right. We graduated from, I think tequila has graduated from the Riedel glass and needs more glassware, different glassware. With mezcal, however, there's no official glassware. Nope. So there are lots of different ways that we can try mezcal. We can try with this.
You're fading out of the picture.
Yeah, you can try it with this. Sorry about that. You can try with this Glencairn. This is a Glencairn. I believe it's a Canadian whiskey blend glass. It's got a kind of a long name, but if you notice, it's rather open, and it's thin on the bottom. But we like it. I like it. I prefer it for mezcal.
Yeah, I like it for mezcal too.
Yes, it doesn't take a whole lot of mezcal to do this right. So, in my case, I am going to try a gourd. We have gourds. We have little copitas. These clay copitas are the ones that from the guys at Gracias a Dios, who like to use these little clay copitas that they actually use at their
tastings.
Well, they use it at their tastings, but they also serve the mezcal, I think, in their mezcaleria in Oaxaca. They serve it in these. And of course, those of you who know about Del Maguey, that is also the Del Maguey clay copita from Del Maguey. And that's very popular for those of you who have ever had mezcal with Ron Cooper. You know that this is the way he prefers it. So however you want to do it, if you want to follow along with us, that's great. I think what we're going to do is I am going to pop this cork open. Now, to give you an idea of Gracias a Dios, these folks, if you haven't followed them at all, you really, really should. They're great on Instagram, great on Facebook.
They have some excellent social media.
Yeah, their social media is really good.
You can find all of their links at thankgad.com. That's THANKGAD.com. Yep.
And if you followed along with our previous tastings for Gracias a Dios, you know that Alex and I have raved about these guys. Their story is also available on Tequila Aficionado. It's thank God for Gracias a Dios Mezcal. You can read up all about them, or you can binge watch all the interviews on video on our YouTube channel at tequilaaficionado.com. So anyway, we're going to try the Glencairn. And with a glass like Glencairn, especially you don't need a whole lot. You don't need a whole lot for tasting. We're going to let it doesn't even need to breathe. In my case, I'm going to try the gourd, okay? These gourds were sent to us by our friends at Sombra, which did a wonderful job in 2014. I believe they are our Brands of Promise winners. Alex and I, for the sake of transparency, Alex and I have also nominated the previous two, the Joven.
Right, the Espadin Joven and the Tobala.
And the Tobala have been nominated for Brands of Promise nominees in the Mezcal category, just to be sure that you know this particular Mezcal is at 45 ABV, all right? And all of their offerings are at 45. So we're going to do a little... Now, with a gourd, unlike some of the clay copitas, a gourd doesn't it doesn't add any more scent or smell to the Mezcal. It actually enhances the flavor.
You know, I get a better nose out of this glass.
Out of the Glencairn? Yeah. Oh, yeah, you would.
Way
you
better
would.
nose.
Yes. Yeah. What do you smell in the nose?
I love things that smell like rain. Like the Texas Sotol that we tried.
Mm-hmm.
It smelled like rain here in Texas. And and this is beautiful. It smells.
Are you getting any wood out of it? Now, remember, this is a reposado.
You know, it's...
And it's not...
I guess it could be wood, but it smells like wet plants to me. Yeah.
It's like a desert, obviously Oaxaca is a desert area. And if anything...
Really beautiful. It's crisp and light and earthy. So the wood's not really... The wood is not overwhelming.
Not overwhelming. Okay. And that was the idea. If you take a look at the color, it's very, very light. I know our lighting here is not the greatest, but the color is like a pale straw color. Yeah. And it's not it's not overpowering like it is with some tequila mezcals or tequila reposados.
It's got a beautiful nose, so I could just sniff this all night.
And there's a little bit of smokiness. Even the smokiness comes through.
Just a tiny bit. Yeah. There's not a lot of smoke in this one.
Yeah, it's funny because I've never done a nosing with the gourd. Usually I'll nose with a glass and then pour what's left in a gourd and then drink it. But wow. It's got the aromatics to it. The aromas are amazing. There's hardly any wood in this thing.
I'm sorry, I jumped the gun on you there.
That's okay. That's all right. How's it taste?
Good. I get more wood on the palate.
Okay.
Than I do on the nose. Yeah, there's wood. It's got a nice finish, but it's like mid palate. It's not down.
It's not the deep, warm, fuzzy.
Yeah, it's not the deep. It's just midway, and then it just kind of eases off.
So the wood actually rounds out the, for the sake of transparency, again, Lisa has had the Tobala, and she's also had the Joven. You would say that this is just the edges are just softened with from the Espadin Joven?
It's really been softened. That's exactly what's happened. It's like I said, there's a little bit of wood, not a lot of smoke, and I like them smoky.
Yeah.
But there's not a lot of smoke,
which is unusual for a woman.
Yeah.
Because this is most of the tequilas or mezcals that women kind of gravitate to are the 40 ABV, which is the gateways, what we consider a gateway mezcal, anything at 80 proof. This is a little higher, and so, in fact, it's a lot higher. Although we've had mezcals that,
much higher.
Much higher. So you're saying that the wood is not.
This is pretty. This is. Wow, I hate to say this, but I think this would be if you have a wife or a girlfriend who's not into mezcal, this might be a neat way to bring them in. Without
dropping the, without going for the 80 proof mezcals, because
Yeah,
I think 80 proof really just women gravitate toward that, and a lot of guys too.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I mean, that's how you started. So
Yeah. But yeah, this is really it's really soft, and it's soft and delicate. It's like a desert flower.
wow, wow, holy cow! Let's see.
Pretty. It's very pretty.
Mm. Now that it's been sitting in the gourd a little bit, I even taste gourd, but it's almost like I taste more gourd than wood.
Yeah.
These guys did a wonderful job with the aging.
Yeah, they used a really light touch. Yeah, really light touch with this one.
Their maestro mezcalero, I believe his name is Oscar Hernandez, who does all of their blends. You know, they have medleys. He I guess the story goes, according to the gentleman, the owners of Gracias a Dios, Oscar, what he did was he was just doing Espadin themselves, the other three guys, who said they encouraged him to try other plants, and I guess he liked it because his Tobalá is amazing, and the Cuichet. Yeah, they had given us bottles of the Cuichet and also the Tepestate before they hit the market. They are now on the market.
Get some Cuichet.
Yeah. Oh man. And they're all of them are done at 45 ABV. He signs all of their bottles are signed by the master distiller. He really is very much a member of the family. These just to let you know, it's double distilled. It is from the town of Matatlan, Oaxaca, which is the capital of mezcal. And again, this is 100% agave. It is also, let me see, it is at 45 alcohol by volume. This is 90 proof, ladies and gentlemen. So, and again, I don't know if you can see the coloring, very pale straw color. It as far as I know, it's probably only rested maybe, I would say 6 months or less, just enough to get the, long. And they have to be used barrels because of the color. You'll notice the color is very pale straw.
There's not a lot of char on those barrels.
Find them on their website. What's their website again?
It's thankgad, THANKGAD.com.
Thankgad.com. You can follow them on Facebook. You can follow them on Instagram. I believe they also have a Twitter account.
Yep.
These guys are great guys. Check it out on tequilaaficionado.com. Just put in the search bar, Gracias a Dios.
Yeah.
You can read up.
Beautiful wine.
Great article on these guys. Great interviews. You can also find those interviews and binge watch all of them on our YouTube channel as well.
Brand Promise.
Brand Promise. Okay. Brand Promise nominee for the Reposado. These guys they reforest and they replant.
They can do no wrong in my eyes.
No. And the last time we spoke to them, they were actually working their way to hopefully becoming unofficially USDA certified organic product. Yay! It hasn't happened yet. You know, none of the labels say, you know, they don't carry the USDA label on it, but they're working on it. So congratulations, kudos to those guys. We love them. They came with us on our Dia de los Muertos Mezcal and Tequila tour. Great guys. Get to know them. Reach out to them. Wonderful people. Brand of Promise nominee. So that's our first duel, sipping off the cuff with Lisa, getting a woman's perspective and a woman's point of view. Women can handle this 90 proof, ladies and gentlemen. It doesn't take a whole lot, but again, we're very happy to have her here and her point of view to give you folks a chance, you men and women, a chance to see what your girlfriend or your wife or your significant other might consider a really an upper,
Yeah.
an upper grade.
Don't hide
gateway.
this from them, because this is great stuff, and it's not overly smoky. So
Whatever those guys are doing,
it's beautiful.
they're doing it traditionally, and they're doing it to satisfy all palates.
Mm-hmm.
So again, that's our sipping off the cuff for Gracias a Dios. You might want to come back in a few minutes, because we are going to be doing a sipping off the cuff for Milagro. This is the core line Añejo. That's coming up next. Thanks for joining us. I'm Mike Morales.
And I'm Lisa Peach.
Thanks for sipping off the cuff with us. And as Alex likes to say, sip wisely.